You are listening to Radiolex, the voice of the people, WLXU 93.9 LP FM, Lexington, Kentucky. I am Mark Royce. I'm the general manager of Radiolex, and I'm here today with Renee Cobb. Was Renee Collins. This is Renee Cobb now, and she's been both while she's been at Radiolex, so that's okay. And we were just listening to a great jazz tune that her husband Warren was sneaking in on, and so tell us, Renee, what's going on? Tell us who we have here.
We have, I've kind of described it, it's the jazz portion of the block party here today. We have Paul Osborne and Palmer Tolly-Osborne, newlyweds from last week after being together for 9 years. And probably this was before COVID, so it was probably 2018. They came in, Warren was playing jazz with them at the time, and I said, I got to get this recorded. We got to get this at least saved or preserved. So they came in and did a whole show called All That Jazz, and we talked about a lot of things that this couple has got going on, but let me just welcome you all to the show today.
Thank you.
And tell us about that recording and that arrangement, because Paul is famous for taking songs and really making them sound morph into something totally different. And then I want to talk about what you all had recently going on at the Pam Miller Center. And then we're going to transition to what Palmer's also got some exciting news to talk about today, too. So, Paul, let's talk about your arrangement of Eleanor Rigby first.
Oh, well, that's Palmer's and my arrangement together.
Yes.
We did that
They do everything together.
We do everything together, trust me. Yeah, and I couldn't get by without my Palmer. And but it was just, we were sitting at the house one night, and we thought about, there's some really exceptional Beatle tunes out there, and nobody that I know of was really doing any jazz versions of them. So we decided to give that one a try, and it was just a collaboration instantaneously that we recorded and said, oh, this is going to work. Wow, how about that? One of those things that sort of just emerges from you.
Yes.
Ad lib.
We got to hear that song performed with an orchestra and also like a chamber choir. And this was a dream of Paul's for a long time. We've talked about the music, the movie Mr. Holland's Opus. And I will just say, it was probably like last month, wasn't it? That Paul was able to realize his dream and hear this arrangement of another song really played out in front of an audience at the Pam Miller Arts Center, and it was fantastic. Tell us about what happened there, and let's hear from both of you all. Yeah, he's saying, he's pointing to you, Palmer.
Well, we were able to do a fundraiser, a benefit for the Native American children and elders of the Pine Ridge Reservation. And not only were we able to do this fundraiser, but it was the premiere of Paul's new orchestra, the Metropolitan Contemporary Jazz Orchestra. And it was worthy. Our work and time into it and the results of helping other people was a combination that really filled our hearts. And it was a wonderful experience. I turn it back over to you, Paul.
Well, it was a wonderful experience. That's what I've been wanting to do for years and years and years. But I never thought I could ever really make it happen, and I probably still would not have without the help of Palmer. Palmer is there with me always, and together we do lots of great things, like you and Warren. You guys do lots of great things together, and that's what Palmy and I do.
Well, we hang around some great people.
Yeah, we do too.
And you all as well. And I will just say it was something to really see and witness, and I'm so glad that happened for you. I know you've been talking about that with me for a long time, and I've not known them as long as Warren has, and also as Jesse has, who's in the studio today too. And we're going to talk about that connection, because I'm sitting here looking at an old picture that surfaced. I think it was you, Palmer. Palmer's a cultural anthropologist like I am. And it's just so wonderful. But This couple just got married last week, and it was such a great evening for all of us because there was music galore at the wedding, as you can just imagine. And Palmer also has something really interesting that's happened that she's also been working on for a long time. So the couple has had a lot of the fruits of their labors come to fruition in just basically the last month. But tell us about what you have going on, Palmer.
I call it my personal trifecta because I was married in this event, and then the event of the orchestra, and the event of a book that I've written with James Reardon, who is a New York Times bestselling author, is now published and available through Rabbit House Press. Yes. And there are 3 very rewarding experiences. But before I go on about the book, I want to say that Paul is in the process of augmenting his orchestra for woodwinds and brass, and has already attained some amazing arrangements that is going to blow us all away.
Oh, my goodness. Well, we look forward to that.
Okay.
Yeah, they are going to be excellent, and we're going to do our very best. Part of the idea of this entire program is to include more artists of all varieties in Lexington in our performances. I like to get dancers involved. I've got a couple of pieces that I see ballerinas doing beautiful things in. A couple of things that even flamenco dancers, I'd like to get involved with a good flamenco guitarist and jazz in the background. And the fusion that lays evident in that is going to be absolutely beautiful. And also to get visual artists involved with regards to stage design and all the beautiful things you make a setup with, and you know, paintings and the whole crew, you know. And I've often said, you know, the only thing that's keeping music so far down the ladder from sports is it doesn't have a ball.
But we have a ball.
Yeah. So we're trying to come up with that music ball theme, you know, and we figure if we can do that, man, we'll be rocking, you know. Might even actually be able to compete.
Palmer, do you have, where can we find your book?
Well, it's available right now.
What's the name of it?
The title of the book is The Chronicles of Two Wolves, A Path to Heart Spirit. It is a story that's based on true documentation, very meticulous documentation, but it's woven into a storyline using, I'm very inspired by Joseph Campbell, and so I use mythology and metaphor as a way to tell a story that allows people to receive it on whatever level that they feel comfortable and get the lessons that they need. It delves very heavily into Native American tradition because my son is named Two Wolves, Rick Two Wolves, and it is his story of his life and his brother Calvin. They went through 2 legal adoptions, and along the way, the journey was very, very cruel until he came into my life and other good people's lives, and through the Native American reach that they had in the Chicago, Indiana area. The Two Feathers Medicine Clan embraced him and helped him with significant healing. And so the book is I hope, interesting, adventuresome, inspiring, but proving truth is stranger than fiction, giving hope and miracles a voice.
Mark, do you have anything to add to that? Because Mark and I are just sitting here just in awe, and everybody else is as well.
Well, I just have to, you know, I give major props to Joseph Campbell. He's one of my heroes, and it changed my life when I encountered Joseph Campbell. He was transformative and still does. I go back and watch Power of Myth with Bill Moyers almost annually, I think, sort of as
the hero's journey.
The hero's journey, the mask with he's just great. So that's awesome. It sounds like a great story. And thanks for being here. Thanks for telling us about it. I am going to jump in and do my due diligence as general manager and as this is our anniversary fund drive to invite everyone to please go to radiolex.us and radiolex.us/donate. And please make a donation to support Radiolex, to support local artists, to support Overtones Live. And it's so amazing that we've got this resource in our community. And we're really one of the few communities that is in a semi-urban area that has a community radio station like this, because the license that we have really was intended for super rural, out-of-the-way places. But because we have our mission of public safety and health and supporting the community and supporting not only English speakers but non-English speakers in the community, we were granted not one but 2 licenses to have here in Lexington, Kentucky. Unprecedented. Our founder, Deborah Hensley, was in earlier today talking about how that all got started. And we've been on the air for 8 years, and so we're celebrating 8 on the 8th today with special live programming from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And if you go to radiolex.us/donate and make a contribution, you will help us reach our goal of having 8 donations per hour, plus you will be registered to win some really cool prizes. And we hope that you will do that. And so that is my spiel for the moment.